Hey, Red Devils! Big man UTD updates are here. From Hojlund, Sancho and Garnacho exits to Donnarumma's plea and Rooney revelations. Stay ahead of all the drama and don't miss a beat. Hit that subscribe button now for daily MUFC news and transfer updates. Hojlund, Sancho, and Garnacho exit stall as Donnarumma, plea-made Manchester United, have 2 weeks remaining in the summer transfer window and are facing a race against time to sell Jadon Sancho, Rasmus Hojlund, and Alejandro Garnacho, Manchester. United began their Premier League campaign against Arsenal on Sunday, and while there were many new faces, the same old issues reared their head once more. Despite spending $200 million on Matheus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko, United failed to find the back of David Raya's net. Meanwhile, their issues in between the posts continued, with Altay Bayindir at the center of a debate on Monday after his error for Ricardo Calafiore's goal. Thankfully, there are still 2 weeks left of the summer transfer window for Ruben Amorim and his staff to address some of those issues. The problem for United is that they need to sell some of their unwanted players first before they can bring in more reinforcements. Unfortunately, there are many moving parts as they try to find new homes for the bomb squad players who have been exiled by Amorim. Here is the latest on those exits, and who could come in. Hojlund exit complicated Rasmus. Hojlund was conspicuous through his absence on Sunday as we got a look at United's new-look forward line. Hojlund was left out of the squad entirely by Amorim, and the club are now hoping to sell him before the window closes. They are willing to take a significant hit on the $72 million they paid Atalanta a few years ago for his services. And yet things are not that simple, with AC Milan keen, but not that keen. United want around 35 million for the young Danish striker, but would also consider a loan at this late stage of the window. Milan, however, have Juventus's Dusan Vlahovic as their top target, although those negotiations have reached a stalemate. Everything is up in the air, as Milan sporting director Iglitare said. Hojlund is a good option for us. We are thinking about him, but in the transfer market, you never know what could happen. Sancho and Garnacho delays. Jadon Sancho is another player United are desperate to get rid of, but his $250,000 a week wages are proving problematic. After moves to Juventus and Fenerbahce fell through, it is now the turn of Roma to get frustrated. The Italian club are threatening to pull out of a deal for the winger, despite agreeing a loan with an obligation to buy. Fabrizio Romano has reported that Sancho has informed Roma he is exploring other options. He has reportedly said no to Besiktas, where there would be a reunion with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and the situation looks set to run until the end of the window. Meanwhile, Alejandro Garnacho also remains a United player. Chelsea are keen on the winger but need to first sell Christopher Nkunku to Bayern Munich. The German side have failed with a loan bid for Nkunku because the Blues want a permanent deal so they can sign either Garnacho or Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. UTD urged to hijack Donnarumma, deal Gianluigi. Donnarumma has reportedly agreed terms with Manchester City and is now waiting for Ederson to move to Galatasaray. However, Bayindir's shocker on Sunday and Andre Onana's general struggles at United have raised the prospect of Donnarumma moving to a different part of Manchester. United inquired earlier in the summer about Donnarumma and Wayne Rooney, believes they should try to hijack City's move. He said on his podcast, "Donnarumma, I think he's 26. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. It would be crazy if Man United don't go for him." Man UTD received new Matheus Cunha penalty verdict as ex-Premier League ref weighs in after Matheus Cunha was denied a penalty. When he got tangled up with William Saliba, one ex-Premier League referee has offered his thoughts. Former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher believes Manchester United were correctly denied a penalty in their 1-0 loss to Arsenal on Sunday afternoon. Matheus Cunha tumbled inside the box following contact with William Saliba during the closing moments of the Premier League clash. Having latched onto Matthijs de Ligt's delivery in the area, the summer recruit failed to make proper contact with the ball. Saliba appeared to catch Cunha's left foot, but referee Simon Hooper chose not to punish the defender. Television replays revealed the Gunners' ace did make contact with the $62.5 million signing from Wolves, sparking anger. The infringement went unnoticed. During Monday morning's discussion of the incident alongside former Premier League forward Jay Bothroyd on Sky Sports program Ref Watch, the ex-official backed Hooper's choice not to grant United a spot kick. "I wasn't convinced it was a penalty, but I will say that if it is going to be a penalty, it's one for the referee to give, not one for VAR," Gallagher explained on Sky Sports News. Bothroyd then questioned why, highlighting the prospect of such a challenge being penalized elsewhere, on the pitch asking, "How's that not a penalty? That's a guaranteed penalty. If that happens on the halfway line, that's a free kick. Is it a free kick on the halfway line?" Gallagher responded, "It wasn't on the halfway line. I don't play that game," prompting Bothroyd to instantly reply, "Why not? A free kick on the halfway line should be the same as in the box." After Gallagher responded, "I agree on that." "No, not a foul," Bothroyd snapped back. "That's definitely a foul. He's come through the back of him. The ball was there. He came through the back of him and hit the foot that he planted. It's a penalty." Despite Bothroyd's insistence, Gallagher ended the discussion by stating, "You judge what happens, and at that point, I don't think it's a foul. I wouldn't give a foul anywhere else on the pitch." Ex-Premier League official Keith Hackett also agreed with Hooper's original decision. Hackett told Football Insider, "There is no doubt that the defender made contact with Cunha. The problem here is that the player is already falling down backwards and was searching for a penalty kick. The referee is spot on. VAR isn't going to get involved because it's not a clear and obvious error. Players often exaggerate their fall when a foul has taken place, and that exaggeration often makes the referee not give it. Saliba has made a genuine attempt for the ball, and Cunha is already on his way down. He's not even facing the goal. Why? There are lots of questions to be asked here." United traveled to Fulham in their next Premier League game on August 31st. The Cottagers drew 1-1 away to Brighton on the weekend, with Rodrigo Muniz cancelling out Matt O'Reilly's penalty in the 96th minute for the West Londoners. Wayne Rooney reveals England teammate didn't speak to him for over 6 months, despite Pleasol. Campbell was left fuming with Wayne Rooney after he won a controversial penalty for Manchester United against Arsenal, with the defender ignoring him for months in England camp. Wayne Rooney has revealed that Sol Campbell refused to speak to him for over 6 months, ignoring him on England duty, as the Arsenal star felt the Manchester United icon dived for an infamous penalty. In October 2004, the Red Devils ended the Gunners' lengthy, unbeaten run, which stood at 49 games. A 2-0 win at Old Trafford left a sour taste for those associated with Arsenal, none more so than Campbell, who gave away the penalty for the opening goal. It was immediately evident that Campbell was stunned by the decision and felt Rooney simulated to get his team the spot kick. When the two were expected to put differences aside on international duty, the centre-half refused to do so. The Arsenal defender didn't want to engage with Rooney as the bad blood went on for months, leading to some moments of silence when the pair were with the Three Lions. The former United man, though, insists there was contact and he didn't dive. He said on the Wayne Rooney show, "It was a big game for Arsenal. If they had won it, it was 50 games unbeaten for them. We beat them 2-0, and Campbell did not speak to me for over 6 months. We met up during international duty, and Sol won't speak to me. Sometimes I was with Sol and I'd say to him, 'Come on, man, we are playing for England here.' But he wouldn't speak to me because he felt I dived. He left his leg out, and I think there was a small contact." Campbell certainly held on to the incident, and when he acknowledged Rooney's brilliance in 2017, some 13 years after the incident, He still accused him of diving. What a career, Wayne Rooney. A fantastic servant for England. Only one dive that annoyed me against Man Ud 49th game. Thierry Henry is another Arsenal icon to come out over the years and call out Rooney for his dive, which ended his side's historic run. He refused to entertain any theory other than the United legend conning the ref. He said, "I think they were superior on the day, but it was still 0-0, and we would take a 0-0. But Rooney dived. I don't care however people say whatever, he did dive, and that's how they got the penalty. When you see the replay, you clearly see Sol Campbell doesn't extend his leg, he pulls it back, and Rooney was clever to get that penalty." Campbell would play for England for another 3 years after his incident with Rooney, before eventually retiring in 2007. Neither Arsenal nor United would claim the title the year the Invincibles had their run ended, with Chelsea claiming the title and the Gunners winning the battle for second.